Luck always plays a roller coaster game with us. Sometimes we look for something and we get way more than we expected. And sometimes things go downhill no matter how hard we try. Yet when things play out in our favor, one can only accept the extra gift with a smile, as we didn't do anything wrong or claim what's rightfully someone else's. We just happen to be in the right place at the right time. And so, luck keeps playing with us and keeps us on our toes expecting. Today's story is about a man whose luck staged things at a universal scale. Today's story happened in 1988 when David Mazurek from Michigan was hunting for a property. The man looked for a farm, and after checking out a number of advertised properties, he finally found an interesting one in Edmore. Though the farm wasn't in the best shape, David still liked what he saw when the owner led him on a tour around different parts of the farm. As David and the owner arrived at the barn, he noticed an interesting rock that was used as a doorstop. David saw all the parts of the farm and heard the owner ramble on each part of it as he talked about its history or significance. Yet, what occupied David's mind all the time was the oddly shaped rock he saw earlier. It was like nothing he'd ever seen before. After a while, he couldn't resist the urge to know more about the rock. And so, he asked the owner what was the story behind the strange doorstop. And as David expected, the owner had a lot to say about that rock as well. According to the old man, the doorstop wasn't any ordinary rock as it fell from the sky. The owner explained that back in the 1930s, as he was still a kid, he saw a bright object falling from the sky and landing in a nearby field. The following morning, he and his father went to the field in order to inspect what fell there the previous night. The kid and his father discovered the rock half buried in the middle of a crater that was the result of the impact. The owner said that when they tried to lift the stone up, it was still hot to the touch. Not knowing what to do with it, the father and his kid decided to use the rock as a doorstop, and it remained used as such ever since. David listened attentively as the man told him the story. Yet, he didn't know whether it was a fact or just a telltale story, as the man had no proof to prove his words besides the oddly shaped rock. David couldn't believe that anyone would make such a discovery a doorstop, yet he was thrilled when the farmer offered him the rock after he bought the property. Not sure what to do with the unusual gift, he kept it as a doorstop, and it remained as such for 3 decades. Throughout those years, the rock kept attracting the attention of those who saw it, and even his kids took it to school for scientific events and exhibitions. It wasn't until 2018, when a meteor shower event took the media by storm, that David started reconsidering his first stance on the original owner's story. David learned about other people discovering meteorites and selling them for good sums of money. Yet he still needed to know whether his doorstop was a genuine meteorite or just an oddly looking oversized rock. In order to find out, he contacted a friend who majored in geology, who in turn put him in contact with a doctor, Mona Serbescu, a geology professor at Central Michigan University. Dr. Serbescu was reluctant at first, then agreed to examine the rock. She wasn't particularly excited about that, as such a request is not a unique one. People keep approaching her with rocks hoping they're meteorites, yet most of the time, they're just regular rocks. Yet, not this time. Dr. Serbescu knew at first sight that the rock in particular was a special one, as initial examination revealed that the rock had all the characteristics of a meteorite. Yet, she requested a more advanced analysis of the specimen to confirm her suspicions. Analysis of the composition of the rock revealed that it was 88% iron and 12% nickel. The latter is solely found in meteorites as it doesn't exist naturally on our planet, and so she definitively concluded that the doorstop was in fact a meteorite. In order to eliminate all doubts, Dr. Serbescu sent a sample of the rock to the Smithsonian Museum for further analysis, and after examination, geologist Catherine Corrigan confirmed Dr. Serbescu's conclusion. Weighing 23 pounds, the meteorite that David owned was the 6th largest one ever discovered in Michigan. Dr. Serbescu told David that the rock could fetch him a good sum of money if he auctioned it. To express his gratitude, David vowed to offer 10% of the money to the CMU to to support geological studies and research there. Dr. Serbescu considered the opportunity to study the meteorite and allowing her students to interact with such a rare specimen as the biggest gift and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Not all geology students are lucky enough to get such an opportunity. Dr. Serbescu later commented, saying, "Just